How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the channel. Now today I have a little bit more time to spend on a system, and yeah, I know, of course, it's a PlayStation 2. Well, this one has multiple problems that we need to get into and fix. This one was over in the old workshop. Now it's the old workshop of hell, and I think I found what I needed to fix this in the shed of terror. If you've seen them, my old workshop, you know what that place looks like. That's a scary Mary, and my shed out here is just packed full of crap too. A lot of game system stuff and arcade stuff in there. Which I'm hoping to have a little bit more time, but as it gets colder, then I can't do much out here, and it makes it harder to, to get stuff done that you want to get done. So I'm kind of doing a whole bunch of this stuff now while it's still, it's about 35 out here, until it gets too cold to where my hands don't want to work at all. So if you see me kind of fumbling around a little bit, it's because my hands are cold, and it just makes it tough to pick up little stuff and do things. So with that, without listening to any more of my problems, this PlayStation 2, this is a SCPH 50001. These are one of my better ones that I like. The 5000 series, they seem to be a little bit better. When we get into it, I'll show you why I like them a little bit more. This one, let's see, when you turn it on, you can hear the drives throwing a fit, and we have nothing on the screen. But if we wiggle the AV cord into the right place and hold your mouth just right, it will show up. There it is. So we need to address that, and I've already looked at it, and I know what's going on is the AV out is all busted up inside, and it's got something around it. Anyway, but that one, and you heard the drive really throwing a fit, growling. I was able to get it to boot up, and I just had it just right, because I wanted to see what the disk drive would do. There it is. See, if you get it, and if you try and move it too much, it'll lose. See, our drawer sticks, and if you mess, and then see, I bumped it, and now we lost our AV, and now it's going to come back. So we have to adjust. We have to address that problem as well. And I'm sure that, oh, man, I just don't like hearing that. And I'm sure that the disc, I was able to get the tray open, and I got a disc in it, and it wouldn't read it. Imagine that with that sound. So we'll have to adjust or replace the laser. Hopefully it's just that the drive is gummed up or something, and we can get it adjusted and get it fixed that way. But if we have to, I have lasers for this, but I kind of like to use the ones that are in them. Granted, I know some people think that, you know, if you're losing your power of your laser, then there's something else wrong in the system. You know, sometimes yes and sometimes no. Sometimes it's just that the PlayStation or the device has been played so much that the laser is getting a little weak and just needs a little help. You adjust them, and I've adjusted them, and I still have them out there working on ones that I adjusted. And you know, a couple of years ago or more. It's just with age, you know, they start losing their intensity, and you have to adjust them to give them a little bit more power so they can read again. And some of them do. They crap out. So what we're going to do is we got to get this tore all the way down to the boards. So we can, hopefully, I have the right AV out. Come on. And we can get this fixed. And this one is a CXO or D 194 SCGS or G8. Anyway, that's all I can read out of it. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get our board. Make sure we have any screws up top before we start pulling on that, trying to pull it apart. I mean, actually, I get no. We'll have to. It's got to come out of there. Very gently. I don't see any more screws, but it seems to be pretty okay, here we go. Aha. Oh, a couple thermal pads, that's what was hanging on. Alright, now that we got one heck of a pile of crap sitting over there to put back together, here's what we need to change out. And right here is what I have to put in. I must have been thinking ahead, because at one point when I tore down a bunch of these for parts, I saved that one, because I was pretty sure I knew I had one that needed a new AV port, and we do. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit and take a peek. I don't think they're not too bad to change out. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 pin. Guess what? I was looking at the wrong one. Why didn't you tell me? I was looking at the USBs. Okay, what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Again, that looks like the right one. And it also looks like we have to take off the other, whatever you call that one, S-video. You know, we have to take off the S-video port because our AV is underneath of it. So we have to remove both of them. We got everything all heated up. Got our desolderer heated up, our soldering iron all heated up. And first thing we're going to do is take off the S-video. Now we need to put this together enough so we can test it. And while we're here, let's see what our battery is doing. 1.1. Caca. We need a new battery. It would probably last for a little while, but it will probably. And 2032. Thought that's what those took. Hey, they definitely don't want you stealing them out of there. Take our little sticker and put them on him. Okay, always sucks when you die right in the middle of something, but okay. Now I have all this stuff laid out over as to how I took it off. So we should be able to just Now let me see if I got that plugged in, that little ribbon cable plugged in all the way, so we get power. That's good. Make sure you don't stick your fingers back there. Ah, yep. Okay, now let's see what happens. And right away. We have AV. Now, looks good. All right, now we got that part fixed. I'll get a bunch of this put back together. You don't have to watch me put it together unless you've seen me take it apart. It's just gonna reverse. And I'll get my ribbon cables all plugged in here, and then we'll deal with our disk drive and see if we can't figure out what's going on with our drive. Okay, if you remember, we broke the little, or didn't break, the little latch came out of the laser. Where's my cord? There it is. So we need to get our disk tray out. And shut it off. That way we have our tray out, and now we can work on this. Let's see, this one, let me see how this one is done. Okay, yep, 5,000. Let me get you zoomed in here. Get you moved over a little bit. There we go. Sorry that my camera doesn't zoom in far enough. Alright, on this one, this is a metal retainer here that retains your slide rods on either side. All you do is get down in here, and all it is a kind of a push down clip. There's one side. Yep, and there's the other. You can see this little clip here. That little clip pushes down in and just kind of locks underneath the plastic. Once you get that far, these ones you can lift right up out of there. Oh God, that's nasty. Covered in hair. And you can see the little latch is missing. I have it. If I can get a hold of it. Here it is. And this just slides on either side like that. There we go. Pull it out a little bit without pulling it back out, and hopefully we can save this laser. We need to clean this up a little bit before we put it back in. Yeah, look at the grime and hair. Well, not hair, it's probably just dust you know, you get fibers and that just kind of gets all wrapped up on it. So now I am going to take a minute and clean up the old grease off of our lasers and clean up our guide rods before we put it back together. We might get lucky, and that's all that it was, is it's just dirty. And we'll grease up a few spots on it like I normally do. Now these two little adjustments here and here, that'll adjust how close the laser is to your disc. Every time I've pissed with them, it's never been the problem as far as it being close enough to the disc. It's always been either the laser or something down on the board that's not sending up enough power to power the laser. I've had them where you've tried to adjust your laser and your laser still didn't work. You put a new laser in, it still doesn't want to work. That's down inside on our power coming up to our laser. And I've never got into trying to figure that out, because I've always had enough of these that, you know, when you start getting to that point of the repair, it's not cost effective for me to do them. It was just easier for me to put them in the corner, pull parts off of them to fix other ones that I could fix quicker. You know, it was all about getting the stuff going so you could sell it. And now I have stuff ready, and now I can spend a little bit more time on some of this stuff. So you're going to be seeing a little bit more of the retro game stuff, some of my harder stuff that needs fixed, and we'll start getting into them. But enough of me rambling on. Let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll start putting this back together, and we'll see if our disk drive is going to work properly, or if it's still going to chatter and vibrate the whole console across the table. Now on our PlayStation 2 lasers, there's two adjustment pots on them, because these are like two lasers in one. You have one side of it plays the DVD, and the other side will play the CD, which the games are in CD format, and, you know, movies are DVD. Now the one closest to this area here is the DVD, and I normally set them at right around, you know, 750 to 850. This one's reading 787, which is perfect. You know, that's close enough. Now on our game side of it, same as always, I set these right around 3.5 to 4. We're at 0.593, which is, it may work there, but it may load slow, or it may not want to work at all there. Okay, 5.1. I think that screwdriver's turning it a little. Not turning it much. 5.1. No, I got it to turn a little bit, but then that screwdriver is just a little too big. Let's see. Always takes different ones. Turned a little. Come on. Stay put. 5-1. Huh. Could have swore that turned. Maybe I'm seeing things. Nope. Again, it may take you different screwdrivers. You got to find the one that fits and will turn. That turned it. It's actually, you know, a star bit Phillips, but this one, ooh, 2.5. This one, a straight, will fit down in it a lot better. So let's loosen that up a little. There's 2 pins on these pots. 0.45. Now we just want just a hair like that. If you think you moved it, you probably moved it too far. 0.32. That's just a little too low. I like being very precise. What happened here? That one really jumped for some reason. Yeah. 4.2. See, I mean, just setting the screwdriver down in it may turn it. That's how easy. See how easy they turn. And I like to be very precise when it comes to these lasers. There it is, 0.337. That I can live with. Still, I could play with it a little bit more, but I think we're going to be okay there. Like I said, I like being pretty precise with them. That way I know. Okay, there's these rods. There's 2 different lengths of these rods. Short one goes over on that side. And you can see these are like a little spiral, and as you turn it, it'll raise that rod up and down. And that's how you can adjust. Yeah, that's pretty stiff through there. I want to make sure that's better. Okay. Make sure Our little gates open. Okay, take our retainer. There. Like so. No grease. Don't forget your rat. Alright, now we can see how it's gonna act. I didn't see that try and spin. Let's set a disc on it. Nothing. Okay, yeah. Obviously, I don't have something hooked up. Yep, because we're not powering anything except the drawer. Alright, let's turn it off. I need to check my connections for the everything. Okay, let me get some of this tore down again, and we can I got to check my connections going to the drive itself. Make sure I got all those ribbon cables in place, because our drive is not doing a thing now. There we go. That's the easy way to do it. Just take it all apart. Now what I'm looking at are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ribbon cables. That one that runs our worm gear. Sorry about kicking you. And there we go, that's better. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ribbon cables, and it looks like this one is loose. Yep, that one just fell out. Okay, let's try it again. It's not even recognizing that there's a laser in it. Here she goes. She moved that time. Still nothing. Right. I think we might. Pithany. No, not piss on me. Pithany. I think. I won't know for sure. But I think I put that little clip upside down. That's better. What was happening is I had that clip upside down and the plastic was shielding the contacts. So it wasn't making contact. All it was making contact with was the plastic. I need to open the clip. There. Oop, a little too much. There and there. That's better. Over. Take our little clip. Perfect. That's better, yeah. Now, that won't play without being pinned down. So we'll take our magnet and throw it on the floor. And then we can pick it up and clean it. This is a PlayStation 1 game. Always said if one of these still don't like the way that sounds. Why are you clicking? Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's playing it. Let's see, I don't like the clicking. I don't get that. It's as if it's hitting the disc. but you can't see, you know, can't see under it to see. Okay, then it stops. And it'll play the game. I need to hunt up a PlayStation 2 game. I had one sitting here. What the hell did you do with it? You watch that for a second. This is Bully, and it is really beat. Still clicking. But it's going to play it. Maybe. Yep. But we lost our volume. Lost sound. There it comes. What? Okay, let's pick this up tomorrow. I'm about half froze. So we'll pick this up again tomorrow and see if we can't figure out why we lost our sound. Alright, off camera I went ahead and checked my work. I tore it back down and checked all my work, and I resoldered my AV port again. And I think what was happening is I had one or two of them that wasn't making a connection, and that's why we lost our sound. And then it would come back, and we lost it, come back, and so now that's taken care of. You know, it's just one of those things that you, when you solder stuff down, that sometimes you have a problem. If you can't test them, which you can before you put it back together, this isn't too bad to put back together and plug in and try. That's why I always try and put them back bare bones, just to get them to play, so you can test your work. Now we need to move on. We got the drive works, but I'm still concerned about that disc, or that laser. And if you see it, if you watch that laser, that's our clicking. It slams down inside and makes that clicking. So the whole time you put the disc in, it's sitting there hammering down, trying to do whatever it's supposed to do, supposed to read, supposed to determine whether you have a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2 game in it. And I don't know for sure. See, here it goes. I don't think it's supposed to do that, but I do have another laser here that I don't know if it's good or not, but I would like to swap out the laser with another one just to see if then another laser does the same thing, you know, or is it the laser that, you know, is it the laser that actually does that, and I'm just not remembering that they do that, or what? So I'm going to put another laser in and see what this one does. Like I said, I'm not sure if that one's good or not. I think that one is good. I think I took that one out of a working deck, but the graphics were all screwed up in it. But I want to know if that's what it's supposed to do, you know, if it's supposed to sit there and click away, you know, or do we have a problem with our laser or not? Alright, let's get that little, get you back over here. Let's get that little gate opened up. A little latch, gate, whatever. I think a gate is one that flips up and flips back down. I think that's what they call a gate. I think this is just just one of those things. I just lost everything in my head. I hate when that happens. Let's see, that's got to go down in there. Slide him on. Missed our guide rod. There. Alright, now let's give it some power and let's see what this one does when it goes in. See, that one doesn't click. Doesn't slam down in. It does a little bit, but it you know, it's not like that other one. Let's see if this one even reads or what it does different. Yeah, it's still clicking. Not as bad, but that one still clicks too. So, okay, well, maybe that is the nature of it. Let's see if this laser even works. I can hear it. It's in there bouncing. Ooh, I didn't like that. Yep, that laser works as well. Zoom you out a little bit. A minute. Okay, you can see that one works as well. It's having a little problem running the laser back and forth. That's the noise you're hearing. Yeah, Okay. So evidently these lasers do, the C's anyway, kind of bounce up and down a little bit. And that's what you hear, the clicking noise. So I do believe that our laser is okay. And I am going to put the one that came out of it back in. And then I can mark this one as being good. Okay, so we need our other C. So I'll go ahead and swap these around. You've been watching me do this for a while here, so let's... Alright, so now we have the original laser back in it, and it is working. We have our AV port working. So now I think it is time to put this all back together, and then we can test out our controller ports, and she's going to be ready. So I'm going to finish up. I'll get this all put back together, and with our controller ports and everything in, and that way, let's see, before we do that, let's remember we were having a problem with the door opening. Now that or drawer, desk tray, now that it's all put together, let's see if it still... No, good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure before we got it all put back together that we didn't have to work on something here where the tray is not working like it should. So like I said, I'm going to get this all put back together, and then we can test out our controller ports, and we can maybe we'll have a working PS2. Okay, now we got everything all squared away on this. The disc tray opens and closes like it should. Laser is working. We got a new, not a new, but a good used AV port put in this one. I changed the case on it. This one, the original case that was on this machine was bent right in through here, and it was binding up my on off button and my eject button. Plus, every now and then the disc tray would still hang up on it, and I couldn't tighten up the screws fully underneath, or the tray would never open. And then it started acting up like where maybe the disk drive itself was being tweaked a little bit, because when I took the cover off of it, it would continue to work. The tray would come out, it would play every game I put in it, and as soon as I put the cover on it and screwed it down, then it wouldn't read some of my discs, and the door would hang up every now and then. I'm sorry I didn't video that, but I was busy, and I know this one's been long enough, and I had some other things that I had to do, so I hurried up and just changed the top cover to see if that was our problem, and it was. The cover, like I said, was, I don't know, I think it either got hot or something was something heavy was sitting out here on the end, and it warped it. I tried straightening it, and I couldn't get it straight enough. It just, every time you put it back down in and screw it down, it would tweak the drive enough that it wouldn't read some of the games. But then I put this cover on it. This one had been dropped, and it's got a little hunk out of it right here, but it fits right down on there, and it plays every game I put in it. And the tray opens and closes like it should. In fact, let's try this Pac-Man World 2. It's really a rough disc. It's got a lot of scratches on it. I haven't done anything with it to see if I could fix it and get it straightened out. I like to have kind of a scratched up disc game lying around, because if your PlayStation 2 will play some scratched games like this one, then you know it'll play everything. There's a few discs that once your laser starts getting weak that will not play. PlayStation 1 is one of them, and the blue disc, the blue PlayStation 2 discs. If it doesn't want to play those two, but it'll play the clear discs. I call them clear discs because, you know, they're clear. The other ones are blue, and PlayStation 1 is black. If it'll play those, but if it won't play the other ones, then you know your laser's getting weak. So we got this one all squared away, and it's ready. I'll put a brand new controller with it, and AV cord and power cord, and we'll be able to sell this one. I won't get as much for this one because of it having a hunk out of the case right here. But in fact, let's see, Metal Gear. In fact, I'll show you. There, you can see there's a small hunk out of it, like where it got dropped. And the base that this cover belongs to was trashed. It was all blown out down here, but the cover was still usable. So we got her on there, and she's going to be fine. Like I said, the cover's not the best, but it works, and it works with every game, and that's all that counts. That doesn't affect the gameplay. So, and I'm not going to show you any gameplay because I suck at video games. Love working on them, but I'm sorry, I do suck. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. I really enjoy working on these game systems, and I have some more coming up, so we're going to continue to work on these as long as it's warm enough out here in the garage for me to work on them. So I really hope to see you on the next one. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See ya.